took the house, it was so hard. I just felt so cheated. And then I think about your mother, and I'm just like, who built the house that they tore down?
She did.
She built it herself, the little green house that's gone now. I had been commuting from Salt Lake down here and I would like come home on the weekends and I would go sing in the choir. I had barely paid my tithing to Uncle Fred. And Sunday night I went back to Salt Lake. And Monday night I got a call that said, somebody's moving in your house. There were all these men in the living room in sleeping bags, and they had guns, and they had a fire going in the fireplace. And I said, what are you people doing in my house? Get out. And they said, what are you doing here? You get out. This is UEP property and you don't belong here. You get out of this house. And I said, what are you talking about? I built this house. I says, I'm tired. I've driven all the way from Salt Lake and I'm going upstairs to my bed in my bedroom and I'm gonna put my baby to sleep who was crying really bad right then. I needed to nurse her. And they said, no, Uncle Roy doesn't want you to be here anymore. You are no longer welcome in this community. I just said, I don't understand what I did. Somebody please explain what is going on.
Wasn't their excuse that you were tearing the house apart? You were ruining it and making it look bad? And
yeah, that was the first thing they said.
And they also said that you had abandoned it?
I had abandoned it, I was ruining UEP property, and I hadn't paid my taxes. Okay, so then John went to...
I don't want to be...
You can't be here?
I don't want to be...
Sorry.
This is what they did to my mother.
Oh, and
please talk up.
Elizabeth's eviction sparked a flurry of evictions, which were justified by religious differences regarding who had the authority to arrange and perform marriages. Today, most of the evicted live down the highway in Centennial Park with their own prophet and council of 12. Elizabeth's eviction explains why she was isolated in her second marriage. But why was she evicted? With this question still unanswered, we stopped for the night in Kingman, Arizona, the seat for Mojave County. Colorado City, which is located in Mojave County, is separated from Kingman by several hundred miles and the Grand Canyon. Early the next morning, an emotionally exhausted and distressed Elizabeth woke us up.
Are you shooting?
Yeah.
I just felt really uneasy because I didn't realize that we parked right here by the courthouse where I had to testify against my ex-husband Charles, who was my first husband. He was sent to prison for incest. My sister wife had left 8 children, and the second daughter was the apple of my eye. And I was combing her hair, getting her ready for school, and she just burst out, started to cry. She began to tell me that her father had done things to her and made her bleed. They told me that I couldn't keep the other children whom I had raised since they were born. The mother of the 8 children had passed away, and I had raised her children along with my children, and it was just really, really hard because I loved them. That Sunday that I knew they were going to come after church and take kids away from me, and I sat in the middle of them and spread out my arms around them and tried to let them know how much I loved them. And then they came after church and took them away. And the people that did told them that they couldn't keep any memories of me because I was a bad person, and that they had to destroy all the pictures and anything I had given them, and that they were now their children, and that they should just shut that memory away and never talk about it. Yeah. Okay, that's enough.
Because of Elizabeth's testimony, Colorado City removed her sister wife's children from her care, excommunicated her, and isolated her from the community. She had violated the most sacred law of her faith, the betrayal of her husband. After driving several days, we arrived at the small polygamous community in northern Mexico to retrieve Elizabeth's photos and drawings. This group, an offshoot of the LeBaron colony, who lived 4 hours from any paved road, refused to be interviewed. The next morning, we discovered Elizabeth's drawings had been exposed to the elements. All that survived of her personal belongings was one tattered photo album. The remainder were destroyed. After meeting other women living plural marriage who claimed they were happy, we wondered if the ostracism, isolation, and sexual abuse of Elizabeth's life was atypical. Was Elizabeth's life an anomaly, or did other women living polygamy have similar experiences?